Hello YouTube and welcome back to old Flads. This is Heroes of the Storm, and what we're going to try to do today is not complain about matchmaking. Okay, that's not going to happen. I don't care if you are the most unsalty person in the world. It's got to be affecting you. It's horrible. It drives me nuts. Today we're playing with Thrall. He is the War Chief, of course. We've done a video with Thrall before, but I've changed the build a little bit. We're not going to do the Wind Fury build, because everyone's done the Wind Fury build. We're going to be doing something I've been playing around with, and that's the new skin, by the way, combined with the Blue Wonder Billy from the beta. I think that's on point. I'm happy with that. I think Paddy Time would agree. This is the new Infernal Shrines map that was released 2 weeks ago, a week ago. It's a big map. There's a lot of laning goes on. There's a lot of minions to die, and the objective is really quite cool. So with that in mind, we're going to be taking Seasoned Marksman. We will be doing, although they will be fighting around the shrines, a lot of the work is actually done in lane, and it's kind of a weird map because when the enemy gets a Punisher, you've actually got to split push as a way of defeating it, because the Punisher goes for heroes before it goes for like siege towers and stuff. It's an interesting mechanic, and it does work too. So you've got to go to the shrines, which you'll see in a minute, kill some minions, and then and if you get 30 of them before the enemy team, you'll get a Punisher, as you would have seen, those of you that played Diablo. It'll be a mortar, an arcane, which does immense damage, or a frost. Now, the idea behind it is that you try and push with your Punisher, and you try and split push when you haven't got a Punisher. As far as I can tell, I may have got that the wrong way round. We'll see as the game progresses anyway. Mid lane was getting a bit of a beating, but now the shrine is active. Our Ufa has gone back, so we do need to be a little bit careful. And now it's going to be a case of fighting over these minions. So all teams get access to the minions, and basically you've just got to try and kill them as much as possible. AoE damage at this point is a really big thing. Zerator's getting body blocked pretty heavily, but he did manage to blink away. We do need to try and get in amongst these because we only have one. Let's try and get the last hits on these minions and start picking up our stacks. The enemy Kerrigan is in a bit of trouble here. I'm going to be able to stun her and get the kill on her. And we're also going to try, I believe he's already used his trait as well. Zerator's in a bit of trouble. I'm going to kill him. And there's a lot of death going on. These team fights are pretty hectic at the moment. Uther is now going to die as well, thanks to my root. And ultimately, that means we're going to be able to take this first objective as long as we start killing these minions pretty quickly. We have to kill 30 of them, and it is all about last hits. So if Zagara gets a last hit on a minion I have been smashing the crap out of, they will get the point for it. As you can see, it's pretty hectic in and around these shrines. Then once this happens, a Punisher will come out. We only need one more. That is the first objective, and just take a look at this bad boy. It is a frozen Punisher by the looks of things, and he is angry. He is going to mainly go for the enemy heroes. Unlike all the other sort of boss-ish elements within the game, this one spends the majority of his time trying to kill enemy heroes. The siege damage he does is quite a lot, but compared to the damage he does to heroes, it's negligible. He really does do work on heroes. He is pretty squishy. As you can see, he's already down. So we managed to push one of the gates down, and at this early stage we probably weren't going to do a great deal of damage anyway. So at tier 4, which actually missed, and we're on tier 5 now, I'm going to take Mana Tide. Now Mana Tide is going to keep me in fights mid to late game a lot longer, because Thrall uses a ton of mana. Every time he uses it, and it's really because of his trait. His trait is Frostwolf Resilience. Whenever you use an ability, you'll see in the bottom left hand corner there's a little circle with a wolf's head in it. Every time I use an ability, I hit something afterwards usually, I get some Frostwolf Resilience. Now that Frostwolf Resilience, once I've filled up that circle, gives me some health back. With the talent Mana Tide, I actually get mana back as well, which means that I'll be able to stay in fights as long as I'm using my abilities. And in order to use abilities, I need mana, so it kind of ties in. You could take the improved Chain Lightning talent at level 1 to also increase your mana. I didn't, simply because of the amount of minions that are in this particular game, in this particular map, and I want to be building up my stacks. I've got 9 damage, 9 bonus damage now from Seasoned Marksman, so not a massive amount. So I need to try and get in lane as best I can. can. They're going to give me free XP in here, so I'm also going to go up to the top lane and pick up some free XP there because I don't want to fight under a tower. It looks like there's a team fight in the bottom, but we're only 4 minutes in. I'd rather get the XP and the stacks on my seasoned marksman so that I'm going to be a bit more use. The shrine has come bottom. We have lost Uther. The shrine's going to proc in 3 seconds. I just want to kill the last of these minions and move down. Right, at level 7, this is where we deviate from the Wind Fury build quite a bit. We're going to go for follow through. Every time I use an ability, I'm going to have an empowered basic attack. So that combined with, we looks like we're a little bit late to this team fight, and we do need to leave. That combined with my season's marksman should give me a pretty decent amount of single target damage as we move into the game. We're just going to put some damage onto Kerrigan. We're losing quite a few players, and we do need to try and start killing these minions as well. Fortunately, they've run over to us. Zagara has come and taken those ones out. Let's try and just get some hits on here. I have got my Wind Fury E ability left, so if I need to disengage I should be able to, providing I don't get too heavily crowd controlled. We've got 2 healers, so we should have a fair bit of sustain. Let's chuck that in there. Let's go after Zeratul, and he did get killed. I didn't think we were going to at first. Fina is going to go down as well. I need a heal from someone pretty quickly. The enemy team has managed to get the Punisher, so we're going to want to take this down pretty quickly, and I would like it if Zagara went and actually did some laning, split pushing instead. But this arcane thing does so much damage. All those lightning bolts that are spinning round are doing arcane damage. No, they're not lightning, but you know what I mean. It's arcane damage. I've been stunned again. I just need to go and get the sippy cup and stay away from the Punisher. He's now going to tank these towers, so he should die pretty quickly. If we can drag him over the wall and the enemy team isn't backing him up, he does get in a bit of trouble. So we've now managed to root Zagara. Am I going to be able to get the final hit on her? No, I'm not. Zeratul has come in as well. Just needed to be a little bit careful of Reyna. That team fight didn't go very well. I was a little bit late, and after Uther had died and meant that we only had 3v5, it was probably my fault that we lost that Punisher. We are a little behind on XP. Not too bad though. If we get into lane again, we should be able to get to 10 at about the same time, which means we'll pick up our ultimates as well. So with regards to some stats, we want to go... We don't really want to leave the lane. We need to try and get to 10. With regards to stats, we're not going to do massive amounts of hero damage. Firstly, because we're not doing AoE damage. Secondly, because I'm looking to, at the early stage, sort of look after myself a bit more for the mid to late game. And we're going to be focusing a bit more on crowd control than we are on... sort of trying to do as much damage as possible. We're going to be able to do a decent amount of single target damage later in the game, so that will be something to look out for. I don't think I can trade with Reyna. I certainly can when Karazim comes in. And is he going to move into my... No, he's not. Can I get the lightning off? I can, and that's going to secure the kill. He has put his ultimate out on Karazim, so hopefully Karazim can just knock them out of the way and kill them. We're going to try and build some stacks before the next shrine again. At level 10, we are going to be taking the ultimate in crowd control. It is Earthquake. It slows enemies for 70% for 4 seconds. That is an absolute eternity in a team fight. We've managed to nick the XP lead as well. So as long as our team doesn't overextend or engage too early, we'll just go into the Zeratul Void Prism. That means he can't use it on us at this team fight, which is a really important thing, because if we all engage... what are you doing, Karazim? Karazim's actually gone for a tank. We're going to put in our ultimate here and try and stay alive as best we can. I'm now invulnerable and I'm going deep on the enemy Uther. As he's used his stun as well, so I should be able to kill him. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to kill the enemy Karazim because she has been made invulnerable as well, but we took out a 2-for-1 on that. Hopefully our Karazim will hurry up and get involved. He's too late to the fight, and that is probably going to cost us this particular objective. We've got a 20-second cooldown now. The enemy team's going to be coming back in. If he can kill Zagara, it's going to do us a little bit of a favour, but he's gone really deep now. Zagara is... she's managing to sustain off of something. Now with the enemy Zagara down, we are 3 down. Karazim needs to come back in. Rain needs to be careful. I've spawned back in. We need to get back in towards the objective, but we did not manage to do it in time, and that is a mortar Punisher now for the enemy team. The Karazim late sort of rotation is what's cost us that. We don't want to get stunned by that. The mortars this thing chucks out are pretty powerful, and if Uther can keep me alive, I will be able to just stand toe to toe with this thing and tank it. Whilst, as you can see, my mana tide is still keeping me in the fight with regards to mana. We've managed to nuke that really quickly. That was a good thing, and hopefully Uther hasn't got any more. Oh, that stun came a little bit early. There is Zeratul. I don't want to use my ultimate just yet, but we're still ahead on XP, and the Punishers thus far haven't done a great deal of damage. I'm going to use this just as a disengage, I think. I don't really want us going too deep there. There's only a 1 minute cooldown on Earthquake, so it should, hopefully, I've timed that okay, it should mean that we're going to have that back up for the next team fight. If not, we'll have it sometime around the next team fight. I think with regards to the way our team is, if we manage to all go at the same time, we're going to have enough to kill the enemy team. At this stage, I'm going to take Giant Killer. So I'm starting to move into talents that will give me more single target damage. Our Karazim again going very deep. We are all very deep. This is a bit of an overextension. We do want to just back off. The game is very tightly poised. We've got a lead, a single level lead in XP. Once again, we are going deep. The enemy team is flanking from behind. We need to be aware of it. I don't know if Reyna just was not able to deal with the burst damage, and Uther should be fine. The Void Prisms from Zeratul are not going out in the right place, which is actually meaning that we're in pretty good shape when it comes to these team fights, because he's not controlling us as best as he should be. And that's really why you take Void Prism, is to control the enemy team. So, 4th Shrine. We've got 2 level advantage. That's quite a bit of damage advantage, as long as we don't overextend too early and we actually go into this team fight. We did not want Zagara going down there. We've still got 14 seconds left till the objective. We want to try and even up the teams if possible before then. Zeratul was top. But the enemy team is now collapsing upon us. We just need to be careful about how we do this. We're going to need to take out everyone we possibly can. So if Reyna can go down, that would be great. I've been made invulnerable, but I'm now the wrong side of the enemy team. And there was no re-engagement from the friendly team. Zeratul is really low at the moment. I'm actually going to have to try and just be careful here. Zigzag going down has caused us some problems, and we are going to need to disengage, because that is going to cause us to die, and I can't go back in there. We are 5v1 even with Uther alive, and once again a poor choice by our Zagara is what cost us this Punisher. No, just leave it alone. We're not going to win that, and you do not want to die again. Unfortunately, the engagements haven't been done very well. Once we engage, Zeratul's been popping into the back line and distracting the friendly team instead of actually keeping them where I am. Once I've been made invulnerable, I essentially become the tank, and whoever I attack should be the focus of the friendly team. However, if we can take this out pretty quickly, an Arcane Punisher is quite scary, I'm not going to lie. The friendly team is going to push at least 2 of their team down here. I do not want to get crowd controlled in amongst all of that. They've got lots of stuns, lots of slows, and it's not worth me dying straight off the bat for no real reason. I'm going to try and put some damage in on this Arcane Punisher. He's going to be doing work though, and Zeratul is around. He's probably going to pick me off. I've got no Frostwolf resilience. I'm really low on health. Karazim has died again. A lot of people miss playing Karazim recently, going far too deep into the wrong areas. We just need to back up now. We've lost that tower. There's no point fighting in the open ground. We're down on people. Zigzag has gone down again for being way too deep. Rain has also gone down because they are all just sitting too deep instead of fighting under our towers, where we have a little bit of protection. The Maelstrom from Kerrigan is quite a worry. Punisher's coming after me. Let's see if we can drag him towards this tower, which he's then going to have to tank, and it should mean that he's going to get hit for quite a bit of damage, so long as there's no minions in there. I don't think he's actually going to take the focus. I don't want to get crowd controlled by him too heavily. We are a little bit low. Zeratul is going to be around almost certainly. I'm getting hit by the Zagara creep, and that's going to allow me just to escape. No focus is actually the problem, plus your solo death before the shrine. So yeah, play better. Basically, I don't like it when people try and blame others when they've made a mistake. If I made a mistake, I'll try and own up to it. Zagara died right before the shrine, and then we did not focus in the team fight, and that's what led to the problem. So her analysis of this particular game thus far has been incorrect. We need to have an engagement that's actually going to lead to us attacking any any damage they've got. Reyna does a lot of damage. He's just got that when he sort of procs his trait, it does cause a lot of problems. At level 16 we are going to be taking Tempest Fury. This means our Wind Fury is going to hit 3 times. Karazim's gone in, so is the Uther. We could make him use his if we could make him use his ultimate, that'd be good. Did actually seem to be slowed a little bit there, so we can come out of that and just go back into lane. We don't want people dying solo now, and we certainly don't want any more deaths before the shrine, so we don't want to fight under this tower and here is the shrine. So we all need to back out. The Reyna ultimate probably would have been better used up for this shrine, because it would have done a massive amount of zone damage. With regards to our stacks, we're hitting for 25 extra damage at the moment, plus we've also got 2 Empowers talents. So if we can get in to do some single target damage, we're going to be in a pretty good position. I'm just going to hide here, and I'm going to come around the back, and we're going to focus all their damage dealers. So this should be a lot of damage on Reyna. I have been moored. It was a much better Void Prism from the enemy Kel'Thas there, and I know that the enemy Reyna has please heal me, please heal me, please heal me, and so we've managed to go 2 for 1 now. I'm going to have to try and take down oh, I've been made invulnerable. That was a great ultimate by Uther, and the same was done actually on the enemy. Oh, I don't want to tank them, I don't want to tank them. I'm going to go down, I'm going to go down if I'm not careful. I need some Frostwolf resilience, so I need to try and build this up. Uther's gone down as well. This is 4 down for the enemy team. I'm going to try and kill Zigzag with 1 hit. I can't do it. Please heal me, someone. I'm going to get killed by the frickin' pet if someone doesn't heal me. Yes, Uther, you little beauty. We're going to be able to take down this shrine. A great team fight has led to us being able to actually cap this shrine, and there's some amazing healing by Uther. Uther was incredibly good at keeping everyone alive there, especially me when Zeratul looked like he was going to take the kill, and that's going to lead to a Mortar Punisher for our team, and this thing's going to be pretty powerful at level 18. So we don't want to tank that. Hopefully the creep is going to do that for us. I'm going to now move in, and we're hopefully going to be able to take down a lot of this lane. We should be able to do some huge damage here. We are a fort ahead. Reyna is now in a lot of trouble. We came from the wrong side, wrong engagement. Managed to take him down with the Chain Lightning, and the Punisher doing exactly what his name says, giving some proper deliverance to the AI Reyna, which seems to be causing them probably the majority of the problems. If I can kill Zigzag here, that would be great. Managed to get the root on her within melee range, and we managed to just take her down with the Reyna ultimate. This is doing a huge amount of damage down through this lane, and we're going to be closing in on the enemy base, just the same way they did to us with their last Punisher as well. This time though, this thing's got a lot of health and a lot of damage. Level 20 has now been reached. We're going to be taking... Oh, I like to take Nexus Blades, but I also like the shield. I think I'm going to take the shield because of the fact that I'm pretty much playing as the tank and I am doing all the initiation. I'm actually going to slow them here and see if we can take out Kerrigan. If we can, that's going to be a wonderful thing. Yes, that's going to put Kerrigan down for a 1-minute cooldown. I think this is actually going to be a good game now. Their damage is pretty much nullified. Rain is coming back into the fight, but it's not going to be enough. This Punisher still has some life in it. Who's invulnerable? Uther is invulnerable. We want to try and move in and just zone out the enemy team and just finish this game off. So, pretty decent game. We did win some Punishers, we did lose some Punishers, but overall really happy with the way that went down. And we're going to go into the stats and have a look at how I did. Probably not going to be great with regards to hero damage. And as we can see, I'm actually level 13, and with regards to the stats, got 28,000 damage in, but I was there for the majority, the vast majority in fact, of our takedowns, just because I was trying to do more crowd control and some single target damage as well. And actually I was pretty impressed with how that went. Came 3rd highest in our team for damage. Not great. Rain was always going to do a lot. Zagara can do a great deal of damage as well, so we weren't too far away from everything. So just recapping over the talents, we took Seasoned Marksman, which I think by the end of that round we actually had about 40 stacks. We then took Mana Tide to give us more mana and keep keep us in fights for longer. As you would have seen towards the end of that game, had huge amounts of mana and health whilst we were just pumping out ability damage. We then took follow through, so we had an empowerment for 6 seconds after on our next basic attack after an ability. It gave us 40%. That's a huge amount of damage increase. Then took Earthquake to really control round the shrines, all their damage dealers. Zeratul was popping in and out, but we were keeping them under wraps. Our friendly Uther was amazing, I must admit. He was great. Tempest Fury at levels, Giant Killer, sorry, at level 6, level 13 does 1.5% of the hero's maximum damage as an additional empowerment after when we just do any basic attack on them. So that combined with follow through, combined with Season Marksman, was doing a huge amount of damage. Tempest Fury then gave us three hits on our Wind Fury, doing 75% normal damage, so that actually equates to 200% of a normal Wind Fury hit. Very important, and also because it's seen as a basic attack, it combined with Giant Killer, which combined with follow through, which combined with Season Marksman again. And then I decided to take Earth and Shields, just because I was doing the majority of the tank work in the game, and that just gave us a shield after I procced my ultimate, which gave me 15% of max health per pulse. So it pulses a few times, so I'll probably end up with about 50-60% shield whilst the enemy team is slowed, and that just led to like some savage team fighting at the end, combined with some great healing and some all-round very good play from the friendly team. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I've been Old Flads. This has been a very handsome looking Thrall in his new skin, and thank you very much for watching. Cheers and goodbye.